ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಕಾಲೇಜು ಶಿಕ್ಷಣ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಡಿಜಿಟಲ್ ಲರ್ನಿಂಗ್ ಟೀಮ್. ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಸುಮನ್ ಸುಲ್ತಾನ ಖಾನ್ಸಾದೆ. I am digital learning team member. I am currently working as assistant professor at Government First Grade College, Pashapur. So we are talking about graphical presentation in this video. So we are going to discuss about component bar diagram, percentage bar diagram, and pie diagram. So we have already seen the different types of diagrams available for diagrammatic presentation of data. We have already discussed two types of diagrams, that is simple bar diagram and multiple bar diagram. So in this video we are going to talk about the two remaining bar diagrams and pie diagram or pie chart. So let's get started with the first one, that is component bar diagram. This diagram is also called as subdivided bar diagram because you can see one bar is divided into different components. So that is why this diagram is called as component bar diagram. The bar is subdivided into various parts in proportion to the values given in the data. Each component occupies a part of the bar proportional to its share in the total. And in order to distinguish different components, we have given different colors, or different components are denoted by different shades or different colors. So here, just by looking at this diagram, we can say that it is a diagram in which bars are divided or subdivided into different components in order to show different components, and the length of a bar diagram represents the total of that particular category. So this is how a component bar diagram looks like. So let's understand how this diagram is prepared. Here is an example. Represent the following in a suitable diagram. Here the information about number of students under different streams, arts, commerce and science, is given. It's about two different colleges, college A and college B. So for this data we have to prepare a component bar diagram. So we can take college A and college B as our independent variables, and we have to plot those variables on the horizontal axis. So this is how the component bar diagram looks like. So we have to plot the independent variables, that is what we have taken college A and college B, and dependent variables on the vertical axis, that is number of students who have taken admission under different streams. And you can see that this particular bar is the total of college A, that is 300, and this one is the total of college B, that is 200. The yellow portion shows number of students admitted to commerce. Pink portion shows the number of students admitted in science, and green shows number of students in arts. So how we can prepare this in a paper? You have to plot the independent variables, that is college A and college B, on horizontal axis, and you have to plot the number of students on vertical axis taking a proper scale. Here the scale is of 50 students. You can see the data starts from 0 to 50, 100, 150. So we can take the scale of 50 on vertical axis, and here we can take the difference of 1 centimeter each. So here you can draw your bar taking 1 centimeter of width. And first we have to plot the first component, that is arts. So for college A we have to take 50 as our first component, and we have to measure it here, and then we have to draw the vertical lines. Then finally, after completing all the three, we have to join the lines and our bar is ready. Similarly, we can prepare the bar for college B, taking 40, 60 and 100. So here you can see the green portion denotes 40, the pink portion denotes 40 plus 60, that is 100. So this pink portion is 60 combined together with arts, so the total will be 100. And finally science portion, that is 100, combined together it is 200. So you can see the length of the bar is the total of that particular college. So this is how a component bar diagram is prepared. Now let's move towards the second type of diagram, that is percentage bar diagram. As the name itself says, this diagram uh, is used when comparison is done on a relative basis, that is when the relative significance of various components of whole is to be highlighted to show related changes in the data, then these types of diagrams are used. The various components parts are expressed as percentage of the total. And one of the major difference between component bar diagram and percentage bar diagram is that the length of the bar is same in case of percentage bar diagram, whereas in case of component bar diagram, the length of the bar is not same, because the total varies in case of component bar diagram. But in case of percentage bar diagram, because we take 100% as our total, the length of the bars is same. So this is how a percentage bar diagram is. Percentage bar diagram looks like. So on horizontal axis, all the independent variables are plotted, and on the vertical axis, we plot percentages. So in order to convert the data into percentage, we use following equation, that is each component value divided by total into 100. And in order to make the calculation, preparation of diagram easy, we can accumulate the percentages in order to make the drawing of the bars easy. So here is an example for number of students admitted under different streams, again arts, commerce and science, for 3 years, that is 2010 and 11, 11, 12 and 12, 13. For arts, 600 students are there, commerce 400 and science 200 students are there in 2010-11. Similarly, in case of 11-12, 550 for arts, 500 for commerce and 250 for science. And for 12-13, 500 students for arts, 600 for commerce and 300 for science. So this is how this is the data on which we have to prepare a percentage bar diagram. So in order to convert these values, we have to use the already mentioned equation, that is each component divided by total value into 100. So each component is nothing but this one, 600 divided by its total, that is 600 plus 400 plus 200. The total will be 1200. So 600 divided by 1200 into 100, 400 divided by 1200 into 100, and similarly 200 divided by 1200 into 100. Similarly, you have to calculate the total of 2011-12, and similarly for 12 and 13, then relative percentages will be calculated. So here is the table which shows the calculation. So for 2010 and 11, these are the absolute values and these are the percentages calculated. 600 divided by 12 into 100, that comes to 50%, 33% and 17% respectively. So in order to make our drawing easy, we have accumulated these percentages. 50 plus 33, that comes to 83. 83 plus 17, that comes to 100. Similarly, for all the 2 years, we have to calculate the same the percentages in the same way. So let's look at how the diagram looks like. So this is how your percentage bar diagram looks like. You have to plot years, which are the independent variables, on horizontal axis, and we have plotted the dependent variables percentages on the vertical axis, and we have drawn the bars. So first one was for arts, that is 50%, then 33% for commerce, which cumulated together comes to 83, and finally science is 17%, which comes to totally 100. So here you can see the length of the bars is same because we have taken 100 percentages as our 100% as our total. Now let's look at the third type of diagram or chart, which is called as pie chart. So here is how a pie chart looks like, and this particular portion is called as a pie, which is a share, and this is how a pie chart looks like. So for this you need some drawing instruments like scale, protractor and compass for drawing pie chart. So 3 steps should be followed for preparing pie chart. First step is preparing the data. That is, you have to convert the given absolute values into degrees, because the total circumference of the circle is 360 degrees. We have to convert the given data into the degrees. So we can use this equation, that is component value divided by total value into 360 degree. The second step is drawing the circle. By using the compass tool, we can draw a circle. And one thing should be remembered here, for drawing single circle, we can take any of the measurement, but if two or more sets of data are presented for comparative studies, then the radii of the corresponding circles are to be proportional to the square root of their total magnitude. So by using this compass tool, we can prepare the circle. The final step is to measure the points. After drawing the circle, we can use the protractor, and we have to plot the values we have calculated, plot the degrees we have calculated on the chart. So let's see by an example. So here is the problem given. Construct a pie diagram to represent the following data, and the items of expenditures are given here, and amount spent is also given here. So there are food items, house rent, clothing, education, lighting, and miscellaneous. So on that, 40 rupees per day, 20 rupees per day, for clothing 20 rupees per day, and education 10 rupees per day, and lighting and miscellaneous 5 rupees per day is expended. So here is how we can convert the given absolute values into relative degrees. That is, the equation is component value divided by total value into 360. The component value is 40. For example, for in case of food, the absolute value is 40 divided by its total, that comes to 100, into 360 degree, we will get 144 degrees. Similarly, we have to calculate the degrees for all the given absolute values. Then we will come to know about the degrees. After calculating or after converting the absolute values into degrees, we have to prepare the circle by using a compass tool, and we have to put all these degrees, measure all these degrees by using a protractor, and then we have this kind of a chart, that is pie chart. So here 40%, 20%, 20%, 10%, 5%, and 5% are the different items of expenditure which are expended by a particular family are, which is going to look like this. So this is how a pie chart is prepared, and thank you so much for listening carefully.